What is up? Welcome back to another video. I'm excited today because I'm going to be trying a new Thai green curry recipe, so we'll see how that goes. I'll also show you how I split it up for my meals. It's a little bit of meal prep today, and then I'm gonna have a little chit chat. My hair pretty much goes up into a ponytail to work out, to eat, or to cook. Today's recipe is going to be super simple. You don't need many ingredients and you also don't need many dishes. So it's a win-win. Starting with the protein source, I am using 500 grams of chopped up chicken breast, but you could use anything, whether it's prawns, tofu, or whatever floats your boat. Next up, the vegetables. So I'm choosing to use a frozen mix. It's much easier and more convenient, but of course you could use fresh veg of your choice. And then potatoes. Some people like to have rice with their curry, but to keep it nice and simple during the week, I'm going to chop up these potatoes and put them in the curry so that that's going to be my carb source. In terms of the base, I'm using a light coconut cream instead of a full coconut cream to limit the amount of fat and therefore calories in it. These are totally optional. I got them in my local supermarket. My mum always uses them in her Thai green curry just because it adds a little bit of crunch to it. So again, totally optional. And then when it comes to the base of the curry for the paste, I usually would use this one here, but recently Mingle sent me the seasoning, so I thought I would try and use a seasoning based one instead. It does have the ingredients there, they're all really natural, and I thought, you know what, why not try that? So these are going to be the ingredients in my curry, and then all you need is one big pot. So with the potatoes, I want to chop them up into nice little kind of squares, because I'm not going to pre-boil them and I don't want them to take too long to cook. So for the potato, I'm keeping it nice and simple and cutting it into small pieces so that I can cook it with the curry without it taking too long to, because I don't want to actually boil it first. The way my mum taught me to make curry is to actually pour in the coconut cream first. The reason she said to add the coconut cream in first is because then you would add in your curry paste so that it soaks in all the flavor. But today, of course, I'm using a seasoning package. So we're going to skip out the paste and then we're going to add the chicken to this once it's simmering. The coconut cream is now simmering, so I'm going to add in my chopped chicken. Stir it all around and leave it to simmer while you chop up the rest of the potatoes. The chicken is looking kind of cooked through and I'm going to add in my potatoes now. Stir it all around and get the potatoes covered by the coconut cream, and then turn the heat right down so that you can leave it to simmer. Add in your curry seasoning if you have that, or of course you've already added in the curry paste. Oh my gosh, this seasoning smells so delicious. Yay! So stir it all around so it's mixed right through. I'm going to leave this simmering on a low heat and just stir it every 5 minutes or so that the potatoes cook evenly through. 400 grams of mixed vegetables. So I'm the kind of girl that gets hungry while I'm cooking my next meal, which is why meal prep for me is so important, so that I have something healthy ready to grab and go when the hunger hits. But while I'm waiting for my curry to cook, I actually started preparing something else. I decided to make some potato chips while I wait for the potato to cook before I add in the next ingredients. If you don't pre-boil the potatoes first, it will take a lot longer to cook through.
1 hour later.
The potato has taken so long to cook, I'd honestly rather just use rice as a side. But anyway, I'm going to add in my mixed veg as well as my bamboo shoots and chestnuts, and then stir it all around and leave it to simmer for a little bit longer. I can't stir it one-handed, so all stirred, and I'm going to leave it to simmer for honestly probably about 30 minutes. This is definitely not the world's fastest curry recipe. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would, so definitely not something to do if you are hungry. But also check out my other YouTube videos, because I do have some other versions of curry recipes that are a lot simpler. It is all cooked through and it's time to dish it up. If you want it for your lunches at work, you could put it into individual Tupperwares, or if you work from home, you could put it into one bowl and then just weigh it out so that you know how much each portion across the week is going to be. I'm splitting mine into 4 meals. The total is 1.635 kilos, so I'm going to divide that by 4. Each meal is going to be 408 grams. Doing it this way also saves space in the fridge, and then all I need to do is put the lid on, put it in the fridge once it's cooled down. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to eat my Thai green curry for lunch today, but I really wanted to have a chit chat with you, kind of update you on my life. It has been so crazy this year. I cannot believe it's almost Easter this weekend here in New Zealand. I cannot wait to eat some chocolate, but I thought I'd just kind of update you on how I'm going with everything. So as you know, I was shredding in January, and then February I was reverse dieting. March has been a little bit of a roller coaster. I feel like it's actually been my least consistent month out of the year so far. So obviously it's only been 3 months, but this month I was just off track a lot. I felt like I had a lot of pressure on myself, a lot of stress happening, and I did let my emotions get the best of me there. But you know what? I pulled myself together. I feel back on track. I feel really good. I feel happy. I feel healthy. I feel strong. And that's what it's all about. But the chit chat I kind of wanted to have off the back of that is that, you know what? Some months are going to be easier than others. Some days are going to be easier than others. And on the flip side, some days are going to be so much harder. You're not going to want to stick to your nutrition. You're not going to want to work out. Life just hits you smack bang in the face, and it's going to knock you down from time to time. The biggest thing I want to stress to you is that we are all only human. Like, I put so much pressure on myself to be this, you know, amazing coach, amazing fiance, amazing fitness influencer, but at the end of the day, you know what, I'm just some girl that decided, oh, I want to share my journey on social media, and that's what I started doing. Like, I think we put so much pressure on ourselves in all areas of our lives. If you're anything like me, you do anyway. And for what? Like, at the end of the day, we shouldn't lose sight of what matters most. And life isn't always about, you know, losing weight. It's not always about how you look. There's so much more to it than that. It's about being happy. It's about being healthy. It's about spending time with loved ones. And so next week, I'm actually so excited because I'm heading home to see my parents. I think it's a much needed break for me. It's only going to be about 3 days or 3 nights, but only like 2 full days with my parents. I cannot wait for that. I just kind of wanted to get this off my chest and say to you, you know what? You're not always going to feel motivated. You're not always going to be disciplined, but the one thing that will separate you from anyone else, and it will actually get you to your goals, is the fact that you cannot quit. The moment you quit, that is when you fail. So how do you do it? How do you keep going? How do I keep going? Day in, day out, year by year. I just realized that, you know what, some days are going to be not 100%. It might not be perfect, but it's still better than nothing. If you don't want to go to the gym, well, you could still go for a walk. If you don't want to eat the meal that you prepared earlier in the week, maybe you decide that you're going to cook something else that you enjoy that's still healthy and fits into your plan in order for you to get closer to your goals. I just hit the TV with my watch. I just think I really wanted to get this off my chest and say to you, we all have tough times, and what will separate you from anyone else is that you cannot quit. If you have goals, if you have something that you want to achieve this year and you feel like you've totally fallen off track, hello, it's only like coming up to April. You still have 9 more months to tick off some consistency and to really end this year feeling better than ever. Where you will be 1 year from now is determined on the decisions that you make today. So what decisions can you make today? What actions can you take today that will take you close to your goals? For me personally, it was making a delicious Thai green curry that I can have for lunch today, lunch tomorrow, and the next day. So I've already got that meal prepared, ready to go. It's something delicious. It's something that I enjoy, and it makes it so much easier to stick to a plan when you actually enjoy what you're doing. So that was kind of my chit chat. It was just off the top of my head. It's how I'm feeling. It's real. It's raw as always. I hope that you enjoyed this little video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.